Heyo, I'm back. Or am I? Woo, woo. Okay, so as I said before, this one is going to be on a fabulous example of an alternate universe comic. Much like the one before where Ganon had his memories wiped and he became a mailman. This one is in an alternate universe where instead of being abandoned in the Kokiri forest, Link is abandoned in the desert, and he is found and raised by the Bandit King himself. But fret not, this Ganondorf, he is not a cad. He is not the Bandit King hell-bent on destroying all of Hyrule. But no, in this alternate universe comic by Junior and Roy, they have a Patreon, so if you want to go donate to them to support this, go ahead and slide them some of them greenbacks. Yeah, buddy. But this was written by Junior and Roy, and in this particular alternate universe comics, as stated before, Link is found by the Gerudo and raised as Ganon's son. While him not being a Gerudo makes him exempt from the throne, Ganon still loves him nonetheless. This comic is a really large leap and bound from the canon that we all know when we think of The Legend of Zelda, whether it be Wind Waker to Ocarina of Time, all the way to A Link to the Past, to A Link Between Worlds. There's always that dichotomy of the cursed demise placed on the hero. There was always a battle of wills between the reincarnation of Ganon and the reincarnation of the hero of the sky. Unfortunately, or in Link's case, fortunately, that anonymity, that urge to harm the hero is not there, as the only thing driving this Ganon is the need and the want to protect and be there for his son no matter what happens. Even though he doesn't look like him, even if he is the hero, Ganon simply wants to protect his son, to see him smile. Now, this one takes an interesting twist on a part of a story that if you've played Twilight Princess, and you've probably heard the fan theories about how the Twily and the Gerudo were linked. Well, this one twisted it up a bit more. This one is written so that the Twily, the Gerudo, and the Sheikah were once upon a time one large unified clan, all bringing a particular aspect to, the whole. So let's talk about a little synopsis of the story. This one is very interesting because, canonically speaking, there is a war in the video games where the Gerudo go to war and attack Hyrule. In this comic, I'm guessing there's a little bit of a flip going on here, but in this comic, the desert people, the Gerudo, are relying on the Kingdom of Hyrule for supplies as they roam the desert looking for a permanent place. But the King Daphne Johansson himself doesn't want anything to do with them and has been purposefully going out of his way to basically punish them by refusing to give them supplies. And it has yet to be revealed, but apparently the king himself views them as some sort of traitors, and they may have had involvement or done something that the king himself despises, and he's actively targeting them. I won't spoil it, but it's been out for a while, so I'll get to a point where I guess you could say something really relevant happened. It turns out that originally this Ganon did not want to be the next victim for Demise's reincarnation. Unfortunately, as a child, he fell on what appeared to be a crystal and embedded it himself in his arm, and basically he was chosen to be the vessel in which Demise will be reborn. And from that point on, Ganon had been nursing this wound, unable to remove it, unable to extract himself from this destiny. Coincidentally, when he found Link, in his mind, I guess you could say this was a way in which he would escape. This is something that he could use to separate himself from that, as his bond with his son is effectively stronger than the influence of Demise and his reincarnation. Now, after that, a little bit of a synapse. My personal opinions about this. I adore it. I very much like it. Not in the essence that I'm a huge Legend of Zelda nerd, but in the great care that's taken in flushing out Ganon's motivations and his connection with Link, and Link himself as a character growing up in an environment that's nothing like the Hylians are supposed to have. Even as a child, he realizes that he is not a Gerudo, he is not as skilled as them, and his fairer skin makes him far more susceptible to being burned. But he makes friends and uses that little spark of courage in himself to keep pushing forward. Now you're probably wondering, hey, if he's Ganon's kid, why is he not next in line for the throne? Well, as the lore states, there's only one male amongst the Gerudo, and when that male is born, that male is destined to be king. Ganon himself was that male, so another king was chosen as his successor, while Link lives his life. But fear not! Other characters make their appearance, from the Sheikah to the Kokiri. Even Midna makes her appearance, and interestingly enough, Link ends up dating her? Question mark? I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. Their relationship is weird. As in, it kind of seems like it's more of a play thing type of relationship. I don't know. I digress. I won't go into that because I have no idea what it is myself. But as it is written and as it is drawn, there's a lot of care taken into the direction that this story is going, and a lot of purposeful thought. The art itself, I really much like the sketchy style that it has. It's not overbearing, but it's not something that leaves it to be desired. It fits perfectly for what the story is, in that it's taking shape as the story moves along. Now, I would definitely recommend this be something you read, and I will leave links in the description. And I hope this is enough for you, the listener, my also awesome viewer, to go out and give this one a check out. And if you read it before, hold on to your hats, because I'm most likely going to give you something else to titillate your cerebral taste buds into reading. That is a weird way to put that, but you know what? I'm going full send. Let's go. All right. It's going to leave it a short one, and due to a suggestion from a comment, and this person wanting to hear some of my thoughts on some animated series or just some series in general, at some point later on down the line, I'm going to be doing a little bit of commentary and giving my thoughts on the series that out there. So keep on the lookout for that one, and I'm going to call it a night. You guys have a lovely holiday. Stay safe. Bundle up if you're in an area that's getting a little chilly. And don't forget to keep reading no matter what it is. And if it's something you can read visually and take it in with your eyeballs, with the art and the fantastical world, go ahead and do it. All right. Later. You have a good one.